go to posturing then.
Okay, so first we're going to do the wall protracted snow angel. Depressed and protracted, trying to reach out and try to trace as big a circle as I can all the way up. Next from behind, retracted, same idea. You can stand further away from the wall or you can get right on the wall, pressing your hands down on the wall, shoulder blades down and back, chest out, controlling the core and performing the same kind of thing. You can go into external rotation up in here. You can play around with core control or just play around with how you're feeling as the back articulates into that motion. Pause. Good. Red button again. Are we going? Okay. So this will be the other snow angel. We can also play around with this by putting that round pad to give us a little extra range of motion. But from here we go into this top position, which is like your unilateral pullover, pressing down towards the floor, articulating through the shoulders, getting into internal rotation, pressing down. Same thing, going all the way back up. You can also do it with an external rotation bias the entire time, which is quite useful as well. Trying to actively pull towards the floor at every point in the movement. The same thing we can do with the face down. There's a few other variations. This one here is going to challenge the muscles that pull you into that range a little bit more. You want to be careful with controlling the core as well and not arching too much through the lower back. And then from there, lifting. Again, first with external rotation bias, then with internal rotation, and then the last one would be with the hinging. So you would start here, elbows, shoulder blades down and back, lift the hands up, hinge at the elbows, rotate, go into internal rotation, hinge at the elbows again, hands down, and then relax the elbows. That would be for this one. For this one, you're going to have your elbow on your knee, controlling shoulder blade position. Go down as far as you can, but only through the glenohumeral joint, and then bring it back up. You can play around with the tension in this one as well. By leaning forward, I still have resistance. My external rotators are still working. And I can also, by keeping my shoulder blade down and trying to pull the elbow through my leg while keeping the shoulder blade in this position, I can challenge the internal rotation as well. Bring it up, challenge external rotation, bring it down, challenge internal rotation. Okay, pause.
Yep.
Start. Okay, next one would be the Cuban rotation. So again, controlling for the shoulder blades, retracting and depress, bring the shoulder blades right down as far as the glenohumeral joint will allow, and then again, same idea, bring it back up. This one I like to do on a 5-second negative. Pause. You can even give it a little bit of an extra squeeze to challenge the internal rotation, and then from there, bringing it right back. Pause. Okay, this is one of my favorites. This is one that I created and turned up first. I created a few years back. Double cable external rotation. So holding on to the cables like this, and then from here keeping the elbows glued to your sides as possible, and trying to bring the thumbs down or the knobs down towards the floor, making sure that those elbows are in. You can play around with arching the back and pulling the elbows down, trying to condition a bench press type recruitment. We can also play around with controlling the core, keeping the core down, and then from there, performing the same thing, fighting for more range while your back is firmly pressed into the floor. Pause. So as for the letters, the first one is the Y. Again, I like to make sure that we're checklisting through the core, pulling slowly, and really being conscious of what muscles you're using to lift, and lifting up as high as you can, trying to recruit the target muscles a little extra. Perform that for 5 reps. I like to have a good 5-second fight at the top of each rep. The next movement would be shoulder blades, elbows, external rotation of your E. Next one would be shoulder blades and T, or shoulder blades and then external rotation, T. The next one is the W, shoulder blades, W. The next would be shoulder blades, elbows, and then like a double L. And then the last one would be shoulder blades, and then A position. Okay, pause.
Go.
Okay, so the first one here, this would be out of my favorite Ido exercises for the shoulders. Keto 1 is basically a deep dislocate from the floor that you're doing either 1 or 2 hand positions. So from here, elevate, reach over and around, again controlling for the core, and then depressing at the bottom, bringing it back over and around. Keto 1B would be with this grip, and the same thing. Really challenges stability of the shoulder capsule as you move into internal rotation. This would be Keto 2, and this would really challenge tricep and lat insertion as well as stabilizing the shoulders in an overhead position. So you're going to get into your hollow body, making sure that you're holding the dumbbell in such a way that the wrists don't bend in. Squeeze the elbows towards each other and allow for more upward rotation of the shoulder blades. And then from there, try to challenge the position by sinking towards the floor without breaking through the shoulder complex. If this one is not challenging enough, then you get into plank position. You continue to squeeze and go through your checklist and hold that for time. Go ahead. And then the last one is the dorsal push. Good?
Yeah, I don't know if I recorded the last one.
Okay.
You'll have to check.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Okay, so for the last one, this is the dorsal push-up. So from here, we're going to internally rotate each hand. Top position, I'm protracted. And then what I'm trying to do here, shoulder blades, and I'm trying to bring my nose down, lower part. So I'm trying to line my forehead up between my index fingers, trying to pull my elbows towards each other, and really challenge the stretch. And then from there, pushing back up. Same thing, this one here can be done from a push-up position as well. Go. Okay, Keto 3, take 2. This is for the German hang position. In order to train strength on it without using your entire body weight, you're going to go into full internal rotation of both glenohumeral joint at the shoulder blade and a little bit of thoracic flexion, as well as getting that cervical hyperextension. And then bringing the knees down towards the floor to challenge the position, but still maintaining that tightness, as if you're trying to pull yourself into this position. We don't want to, at this point, to open through the shoulders yet. We want to make sure that we're strong through that position first before we start getting into more vulnerable positions.